Good morning, happy new Wednesday. I'm back in my favourite spot on one of the fields, sitting on a log, and I'm actually filming this on Tuesday because I really don't think I'm going to have time tomorrow because it's my birthday. So I'm just filming this today to make sure I get it done because I wanted to do one. And today I just wanted to give you all a bit of a push and say check your dog's weight. So I just want to make it clear I'm not a vet. I haven't got any kind of I don't know, qualified nutrition or veterinary training, but what I am basing the information on this video on is I think it's the Royal Canin body conditioning score that is out there for all pet dog owners. So the information I'm just going to talk about now is the information that's put out to all pet dog owners. So the first thing to say is dogs' weight changes all the time. They could have a big day of they could have more food one day, they could have less exercise one day. Just because your dog's reached adulthood doesn't mean their weight then gets to a point where it stops and doesn't change then. And actually it's adult dogs that you need to check on more, because I think it can be harder, or it can be easier for weight changes to happen and them to subtly gain weight without you realising, especially with older dogs. Or what I found is when I got two dogs, I would be feeding both of them, maybe scatter feeding some food on the floor to give them activities to do, but one dog was maybe getting more than the other. And actually when you give one dog a treat, you end up giving the other dog a treat even though they've not done anything for it. So it can be a lot easier when you get a new puppy to actually feed your older dog more food. So the guidelines are to judge on body conditioning score that you should be able to feel the dog's ribs quite easily but not see them, and the dog should have a tucked in waist. So I'm going to try and show you with Zebby, if he'll stand still, if I can put the video. Zebby, wait, come here. Okay, come here, Zebby. Come. So when you run your hands down your dog, you should be able to feel the ribs quite easily without having to push on, and your dog's waist should tuck in. So I'll try and show you sideways. Abby, come. Good boy. So we should be seeing, oh, it's thistles, mate. Here. Stand. Good, wait. Good boy, wait. Okay, so we should be seeing a nice tucking in here. So the belly shouldn't go straight across, it should come up like Zebby's is. And then if you were looking from him above, which I'll show you in a minute, but it should tuck in nicely. We should be able to feel this bone here, but it not be protruding up, and the dog's hip bone shouldn't be protruding up, but we should be able to feel them. So Zebby's kind of like ideal weight really, because he's very slim and fit, but he's not too skinny, and he does have days where he's skinnier than others, so I do have to keep an eye on it. Let's see if you stand this way. I'm sorry if you're having not a pleasant view, but you should see that his waist is tucking in, it's not going straight line, and I'll show you from above. Good boy. Wait. So again, we can see this kind of tucking in of a waist. It's hard when they're turning and standing still. So hopefully you could see with that. Now with Guinness, who's a long-haired dog, it's a lot harder to see. So you really have to make sure you're getting your hands on the dogs and licking. So if we look at Guinness, good boy. So you can see that there potentially is a straighter line from his. You can't see that tucking in as well with the long coated breeds, so you've got to get hands on with your dog and just be feeling them all the time. And if you find their last rib like you would with us, and if you pinch the last, like over the last rib, you shouldn't have like a handful of flab and fat basically. There shouldn't, it's like if you've ever once heard of pinch an inch, it's very much the same with dogs. So you shouldn't be kind of pinching loads of excess skin and fab over their last rib. So that's a good kind of thing to look at as well. So he's sniffing. I must have dropped a treat that he can't quite get to. It's keeping him nice and busy. So yeah, just a quick reminder, check your dog's weight, check frequently. put your hands on them, and if you feel like they could lose a little bit of weight, then you could just cut down their food, or look at increasing their exercise if need be. And have a think about what treats you give your dogs, because sometimes you'll hear people say like, oh, I don't give my dogs that much treats. Oh, I'm really good with his food. And then you talk to them about it and they're like, oh, he gets a biscuit before bedtime, and he gets a stuffed Kong at lunchtime that's got cream cheese and kibble in it, and then he gets this at like after, when we have our cup of tea at mid-afternoon, he gets this as well. And actually, if you start adding it all up, there's quite a lot of treats there, and potentially quite a lot of fatty treats there. So just substituting treats for things like cucumber is great. Zebby, off you go find them. He's digging a hole now, so I'm just going to distract him away onto something else. Yeah, substituting a treat for some cucumber or carrot. We have to be careful with carrot, because carrots have quite a lot of sugars in them. Or just find you different pieces of fruit and veg that can be nice and lower calories for your dogs, instead of that dog treat that's full of rubbish. Basically, some of them are. So that's a good thing to think about. But also speak to your vet if you need any sort of medical advice, or if you feel like your dog's not gaining weight, or if you're struggling to get them to lose weight, talk to your vets, because they'll have more qualified advice for you. But it's a bit of common sense comes first and foremost, and my main thing is just keep checking, just keep an eye on your dog's weight. Have a feel of them, get them on the scales once a month and weigh them so you can keep an eye on. And it's much easier to nip weight gain in the bud than suddenly realise your dog's kind of 5 kilograms overweight, and that's quite a lot for them to lose, and quite hard really. So just keep a track on it. Okay, have a lovely week everyone, and we'll see you next week.